All right, there was a cooldown out of Snipe. Snipe no longer cancel. Oh, I remember I remember. Snipe no longer canceled while upon taking damage. Light tag was removed. Interesting. Here we go. Here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Washouts, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the yellow Protoss. The yellow Protoss himself. It is Perceived. It's Perceived, baby. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the pink Terran player representing Team Hyper 1. It is ZaRDieNT. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats. Bearing in mind, we are jumping in mid-series. We're jumping into game number 3, the Ace match. The winner of the series will advance on to face off against Hacker itself. Let's go. Let us go. Why can't we spectate the other games? What do you mean by that? But we can only be in one game at a time. Ah. Raven doesn't need Tech Lab. Okay, go. Why aren't you casting 3 series at once? True, true. 3 at once. All the monitors. Aye, aye, aye. Get 4 PCs and a 4 HDMI capture card. I mean, technically, if your PC is good enough, could you try to like run another instance of Windows, so then you can like run another SE2 client at the same time? I'm sure there's a way to like run multiple instances of SE2 on one PC somehow. So you have multiple accounts, and then you can like switch between them in some way. Like, maybe. Before everything catching on fire. I've never played StarCraft, but I watch lots. Still don't understand. But with all 3 races being a bit of a rock paper scissors situation, is it all pretty balanced? For the most part, yes. Bearing in mind that we are playing on a unique mod. This is a unique balance mod, which, despite it being called a balance mod, it's a little bit more experimental, is what I will say. It's a little bit more experimental. We're just testing things out, you know, changing things every now and then as well, having a little bit more fun with it. Generally, yes. I don't know if I would say it's rock paper scissors next. Specifically when it comes to like the base game SE2. Obviously there are some things that are stronger, some things that are weaker. Certain styles are more favored over other styles, and certain things the full out of meta, of course. Certain things are less viable. Yeah, for the most part, I would say it's in a balanced game state, but obviously, I would say that right now there are definitely a lot of issues when it comes to certain styles being forced over others, and that would be probably a negative thing. There is a balance patch in the works, from my understanding. What exactly is in it, I don't think anyone really knows, but there is definitely one on the horizon. And hopefully that does change some things as well. I would say that the highest level for the most part in the history of StarCraft, especially in recent years, it has been pretty like balanced between the top players. Obviously with like some variances here and there. A lot of it does come down to players. Like I'm referring to like Serral, Hero, Clem, like the best of the best. Like they still excel in their own way, and they're still very close in skill. There we go. Here we go. We are going to be diving in, and we are getting into mech. Okay, we're getting into mechanical accelerators. Radiant. That's like let's see. ZaRDieNT setting up for a mech style here. Going to be opening up with his Banshees. Lycos will keep an eye on any other changes. Meanwhile, Perceive opening up Stargate into additional Phoenixes. Checking his vision here, we have seen nothing across the map, is blindly making Phoenixes, and we'll have that anti-air for said Banshees. I believe there is no detection currently. Yeah, no detection. Banshee does move in, but we do have a Revelation eventually. There it is. Yeah, Revelation does land. Banshee is dealt with. We already had batteries set up in the mineral lines as well. I'm curious how the previous series had actually panned out, referring to Game 1 and Game 2, the previous games. Whether this is a style that ZaRDieNT has been relying on. As he is known for mech. True. He's known for mech. Even in base SC2, to play mech against Protoss. Not afraid. Players are building up into bases. Likewise, Perceive is also taking up as well. We have Charge on the way, +1. He's taking up quite heavily, actually, working towards Charge, +1. Temple Archives and a Robo as well, so very, very tech heavy. Does mean those armies are much weaker, and if we did see an earlier push, then ZaRDieNT could overwhelm, but due to the mech composition, does take a little bit longer to really build up. So we are slowly amassing. Cast 4 at once. Yeah, I think I remember that Crank and Wardy, they have 2 PCs running whenever they cast, so it does mean that they can have, like, they do have multiple instances of SC2, and I don't know if Wardy does it anymore, but he used to get into multiple games at once, and then they could, like, flip between them basically, because he'd run two computers. I know that was a thing for a while. I think it still is. That's where we pull the boys. A nice cleanup here from Perceive, catching up the army. Ooh, does punish. Does punish. Perceive going to be forcing ZaRDieNT back. Building up into a more Widowmine heavy composition. Interesting. Interesting that it's mine and not Hellion Cyclone. Especially considering what we were told earlier regarding the new upgrade and regarding Blue Flame, how now we have bonus damage to shields. I'm curious if ZaRDieNT is aware of that. I would assume that Hellions would fare a little bit better than mines in this kind of position, but I mean, I guess they both have the same role. Or a similar role. So now we're building up. And we're calming down. We're going to build up into a longer game state here. Perceive claiming his own 4th and taking one of the hybrid bases. Welcome to Washout, of course. This is one of the TLMC maps and does have a bunch of hybrid expansions, bottom right and top left as well. That's one of the big features of Washout. And I'll be honest, I think this is maybe the first time that I'm seeing a player take a 4th base in this map. we cast so many all-ins on Washout where this base just never comes into play. But finally, like, we're claiming control of the hybrid expansions. It's happening. Let's go. Ooh. Very nice mine connections. Mine shots swapping up. Cyclone's just nibbling away at the army. Catching out 6 probes. So far, so good. Once again, the goal here is to just drag the army into the minefield. Get some free damage. Oh, speaking of, Maestro connects. Very nice connection. ZaRDieNT still rallying. With a Bay now on the way for Perceive. It's an interesting composition here, especially because I feel like you typically use these Phoenixes to harass somewhat, to get into mineral lines. There are no turrets, by the way. There are no turrets in any of the bases, actually. So there's a lot of potential damage, but Perceive never moved out. He never did move out with his Phoenixes specifically. Never did use them to harass. So I feel like there's some wasted potential here for Perceive's army. Mine just gonna be popping up. That's a lot of mines. Oh my god, the Zealous Sage get annihilated. They clean up the mines though. So a bit of a trade. Doing up trading. ZaRDieNT pulls away. Behind this coming zone 4th expansion. And Perceive is still building up. Okay, Colossal production has now begun, making 2 Colossi at a time. Extend the lengths as well. Still building up. No doubts, but it's experimental, you know. We appreciate the leaps and bounds and changes that you've made, Patches. We appreciate it. Crazy, baby, crazy. Starting shading up more zealots. Just shave up. Behind this, we're not really taking into any particular direction here. Still focusing purely on Cyclone Mine. Oh, getting punished for it when we don't have any more mines behind this. And now setting up. Oof. The mine's popping off. We just walk into the mine. Oh my god! Calm down. Perceive. Walks into the minefield, and now we can punish all of this. By the way, Immortals that will not make it back home. Brutal lock-ons. Yeah, catching up one, catching up both Immortals. And that was the army. By the way, sure, we have some Colossus, but again, we have to warp in, we have to reinforce. Some brutal losses there for Perceive, and ZaRDieNT is almost maxed. He's almost maxed out, and again, purely on Cyclone Mine. We got a Liberator on the way. We have a little bit more complexity being added. We just commit in. We're still holding on to those mines. Another Zealots! Oh, they do clump up. Massive connections. We never got the upgrade. I was a little bit curious, but yeah, despite being so Zealot heavy, we never got the shield upgrade, which would have helped quite immensely, actually, even when it comes to cleaning up these mines. So no shield upgrade. We haven't really embraced any of the new upgrades, period, here for Perceive. Interesting. Has he played in this tournament before? Maybe Patches can let us know. Is Perceive aware of the changes? I noticed earlier he didn't use the shields, the shield overcharge either. I didn't notice that in the initial defense, which I found a little bit weird. Has he been playing not knowing that that there are like a bunch of changes made? Is that what's happening? Because there've been a couple of moments here where we've been lacking like the shield overcharge, which I feel like is a little bit more commonplace, or there's plenty of moments where even here we could just pop off. You might not know. Yo, meanwhile, big shout Paolo, baby. God, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you guys had a great stream. Hope you guys had a great ladder sessions. I do apologize for missing the alert earlier. Paolo. Gracias, baby. Gracias. Hopefully he's still around. But thank you so much. Sorry, it's still early morning here in Australia, so I'm still waking up, baby. I'm still waking up. But gracias, Paolo. Gracias. Give him a shout out. Oh, yo, wait, we're actually taking up? Okay. Tank production has begun. Building a bit of Cyclones as well. $11:30 so early? Well, I mean, we typically go to bed at what? The thermal tournament ended at like 5 a.m. and I woke up at 9. So I'm working on 4 hours of sleep. I mean, oh Jesus, brutal mind connections. But for those that don't know, we do admin New Thermal Suju Circuit, which was playing last night. Ended at around 5 a.m. We do admin. So if I was a normal human being, I'd still be asleep right now. Ah, smudge. Oof. X26 getting called out. I mean, hey, the Colossus, they're holding their own. Building up to 3 Colossus. He's played multiple times. Okay, good. Fair enough. I say that because, like, he, despite having like a pretty regular composition with a bunch of upgrades available to him, is the thing, right? Like Stalker upgrades, Zealot upgrades. Like, I feel like a bunch of the changes or what this game mode really brings to the table are just all these upgrades available to all these units, and it's like, nah, he's I didn't care about any of them. He blinks into the tank like he's crazy. Oh my god, the Perceive. Patience, is that you? What just happened? he blinked into the tank, Spappy. Oh, he's crazy. No, the Prism as well. Well then. Protoss players, look away, Bappy, look away. He A moved in and just tabbed out of the game, which is oh no. Not like this. Feels perceived, man. Feels perceived. Well then, I mean that was game. Up until that moment, like he could still play this out, by the way. Like he had a comparable economy and he can build up into more upgrades, into more bases, of course. But he just lost everything. Ah. Okay. Ah, okay. Meanwhile, I don't even know what these changes are. One moment. We have like 2 different upgrades on the way that I have not seen before. New upgrade, shockwave missiles, which I believe is what we're seeing here. Manages to attack the fire missiles in the line. Okay, GG. GG, well played. We're not going to see it. But interesting, Banshees have splash damage now. That's crazy. We're not going to see it, but it does require the fusion core. But GG. GG, well played. ZaRDieNT will claim the series. He will advance on into the next round. GG. GG, well played. Again, interesting play from Perceive. He, for the most part, was holding his own. He was playing very passive, though. He was playing really passive. He couldn't really get past the halfway mark. He was just trying to hold his own, defend, and survive. Once again, our biggest criticism of Perceive was that he just wasn't really making use of any of the new features available to him, and new functions as well, which is really weird. When it came to the base shield battery overcharge, when it came to the further upgrades as well, to actually help benefit his Zealots, help benefit his Stalkers, his core gateway units, didn't really make use of any of that, and alas, he had some really rough engagements. Of course, sure, towards the end he just blinked into a tank line, but even before that, he was constantly being baited into the minefields and being kited by the cyclones as well. It was quite a brutal sight there. But GG, well played. And ZaRDieNT will claim the series. And once again, a big shout to Cats. I did miss the initial raid earlier, but thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. And welcome everyone. Welcome to the Patches Patch Clash. This is a tournament that does feature a unique mod. This is not the base game this is not the base game. This is a unique mod that does add a bunch of upgrades and does adjust a bunch of units as well, and does have its own unique quirk and spin to things. More so than we're used to seeing here in StarCraft. And whether it's balanced or not, I mean, hard to say. I mean, probably not, but but you know, some bold changes were made, and it is definitely an ambitious mod. And I think more than anything, it does explore some kind of unique aspects. I think another unique change was like to the Infestor, how we have the return of the Infested Terran and things of that nature. And there are definitely things that maybe work here, and maybe that we can think about bringing into, you know, the base game itself as a bit of a testing ground, if you will, to test out some unique ideas. But here we go. We're going to be loading into our next series. We're going to be jumping into our fresh best of 3. It is going to be a best of 3 between HackerIsTop and ZaRDieNT. Let's go.